When I first got locked up in Virginia, the rule about charges was you do your own time. You don't ask other people about theirs, and you don't talk about yours. Now, there were some exceptions. If somebody had done something really heinous and they were on the news, they were not going to have a good time. If somebody let it slip or it came up in conversation, they were not going to have a good time. But for the most part, if people kind of kept their head down and stayed out of the way, they were going to be left alone. Now, that's begun to change over the years. They now do paper checks where people look everybody up or make people produce paperwork before they move into the cell or before they come in the pod. So there's this whole shifting culture that's becoming more and more like the West Coast, and it's becoming more punitive. Like, it's harder at those higher levels for those guys to just slide under the radar, get a job, and stay out of the way. It's funny how some people defied expectations, though. I mean, this guy named Dave, who everybody was convinced was a creep. Like, he just had that look and that vibe that you associate with being a predator, and it turns out he had actually kidnapped somebody and extorted him for money and held a ransom. It was like this crazy super criminal story. And at the other time, we had this guy who was super gangster, like super respected. Everybody was scared of him, and he was in there for really messed up charges. So sometimes you get surprised by what people do.